Farmers win attorney fees in a right-to-farm case. It's back to the drawing board for the Farm Bill, and Michigan Agricultural Commodities' Chris Betz will have a look at market activity. I'm Janelle Brose, and this is Farm News 5.
Farm News 5 is brought to you by Ford.
The Farm Bill failed to garner enough votes in the House last week, leaving many to wonder what happens next. Here to clear things up for us is Michigan Farm Bureau's National Legislative Counsel, John Crean. John, thanks for joining us for today's show.
Happy to be here, Janelle.
So tell us, what's next for the Farm Bill?
Well, we expect that the House is going to vote again on the Farm Bill, the same Farm Bill, sometime before June 22nd or that week. The way the rule's structured, they have the ability to do that and bring it back up, and hopefully with the votes they need this time.
So what was the holdup last week when they attempted to vote the first time?
Well, several members withheld their vote due to a vote on immigration that they'd like to see happen in the House. And so if that vote can happen first, they can then go back to the Farm Bill, hopefully, and pass it and give us some certainty.
Now, is the Senate going to be working on the bill at all in this time frame?
We expect the Senate could introduce a bill in the coming weeks, hopefully before June 22nd. So they could be working on this in tandem with what we're seeing in the House.
Should farmers be at all concerned that Congress is playing politics with the Farm Bill right now?
We are concerned that they're playing politics, but big picture, farmers need to keep telling the message to Congress of why we need a bill, why we need it done on time, and the certainty that it provides to them to help them sustain their businesses. And there's a lot of uncertainty in the ag sector, as you know, but if we can give them at least something, if Congress can deliver on this something, we can go into the next season with hopefully a bright spot, and some decisions can be made based on what's happened.
All right, John, well, thanks for joining us for today. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Genesee County farmers who won their case in circuit court against Fenton Township have been awarded all attorney fees by the 7th Judicial Circuit Court. Marty Viscotial and April O'Connell sued when the township decided to impose its own ordinance on their equine facility, even though it was in compliance with the state's generally accepted agricultural management practices and protected by the Right to Farm Act. This marks another victory for Right to Farm and should be encouraging news to farmers who want to fight similar township-level attempts to ignore the act. The decision may also give others pause about filing similar suits or lead townships to ensure they're up on state law before imposing a competing ordinance.
Even when great care is taken, accidents happen. For tips on what to do if your farm equipment is in a motor accident, consult Foster Swift's Farm Equipment Accident Reference Sheet.
A trio of Farm Bureau-backed bills that will create an industry-led board designed to speed up the DEQ's permitting process passed the Michigan House on Tuesday. It goes back to the Senate for concurrence. This comes less than a week after another Farm Bureau-supported measure, which would make water withdrawal registrations less expensive and time-consuming, also cleared the House. That bill awaits a hearing in a Senate committee. With a look at the latest market activity, here is Michigan Ag Commodities' Chris Betz.
Thanks, Janelle. A firm rally Thursday morning created pricing opportunities for new crop corn, soybeans, and wheat alike, but lost steam in the afternoon heading towards a holiday weekend. A good example of the value of setting targets in order to not miss quick rallies. Ag commodities in general have been supported by the news surrounding trade negotiations between the U.S. and China this week. In a joint statement between the two nations, China agreed to substantially reduce the trade deficit between the U.S. and China, but specifics are still unknown. Tariff concessions on U.S. ag products are thought to be on the table. Brazil is experiencing its share of dry weather, which has bolstered corn and soybean bulls. Dry conditions in the plains continue to lend support for wheat along with winter wheat quality concerns. Worry is also developing for drier trending regions of the Black Sea. In the near term, U.S. exports will still struggle to compete with Black Sea offers. The USD continues to trend higher as well, which will not help matters. For more market information, go to michag.com. With Michigan Agricultural Commodities, I'm Chris Betz.
For more news and video, visit MichiganFarmNews.com and the Michigan Farm Bureau channel on YouTube. With Farm News 5, I'm Janelle Brose. Have a great week of farming.